Ethan always took the same route home, same streets, same routine, but tonight something felt wrong. The street lights buzzed overhead, flickering slightly. His footsteps echoed. Then another set of footsteps joined his. Ethan stopped. So did the other steps. His breath hitched. Slowly he turned around. The street was empty. The next night it happened again. The echoing footsteps. The silence when he stopped. Then, as he picked up his pace, a whistle rang out behind him. Soft, mimicking his own breath. Ethan spun around, his heart hammering. No one was there. Yet, the whistling continued. Ethan stepped into his apartment, locking the door behind him. He moved toward the bathroom, splashing water on his face. Lifting his head, he stared into the mirror. His reflection blinked a second too late. A breath caught in his throat. He leaned closer. The reflection smiled. Ethan hadn't moved. That night, Ethan lay awake, staring at the ceiling. Then he heard it. A whisper, faint, right beside his bed. "Let me in." His blood ran cold. Slowly he turned his head. There was no one there. But in the mirror across the room, his reflection was sitting up. The next morning, Ethan avoided the mirror. He showered with the door open, dressed without looking up. As he passed the mirror on his way out, he risked a glance. His reflection stood still. But Ethan was walking. He froze. His reflection grinned. "Getting sloppy," it whispered. Ethan skipped work, stayed home. But the feeling of being watched never left. Every corner of his vision, something moved, a flicker, a shadow. He turned quickly, nothing there. But his reflection in the black TV screen, it wasn't alone. Night fell. The apartment felt smaller. Then a knock at the door. 3 slow, deliberate taps. Ethan held his breath. "Don't answer," the voice came from the mirror. But his own lips hadn't moved. The knocking stopped. Ethan inched toward the mirror. His reflection just stood there. Then it reached out. From inside the glass, its hand pressed against the surface. A slow, muffled voice. "Let me out. Just switch places." Ethan stumbled back, shaking his head. The reflection didn't stop smiling. Ethan shattered the mirror. Glass rained onto the floor. But as he turned to leave, he saw something. A single shard of glass still clung to the frame. In its reflection, his other self was still standing. The rest of the mirror was gone. The reflection tilted its head. That wasn't very nice. The next day, Ethan didn't go outside. He didn't eat, didn't drink. When he finally built up the courage to look into his phone's front camera, it wasn't his face staring back. "Your turn," it whispered. Then everything went black. The end.